How's it going, guys? Welcome to another Lone Samurai video. Obviously, I'm Lone Samurai. Sorry about the length of time that we've had in between recordings. I've been super busy lately, but I'm really excited to bring today's video, which is the 50 tips for beginners. This is strictly for beginners. If you're experienced, then you know most of these tips. They're in no particular order whatsoever. If I missed any tips you guys want to hear, anything you guys are curious about, go ahead, drop it down in the comments. You can go ahead and DM me in Discord or any other means of getting in touch with me. I'll try and elaborate on it or at least make another video about it. If you like the content, if you like the videos, go ahead, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. It really helps out me, it helps out the channel, and it helps bring all this content out to you beautiful people. So without further ado, let's get started. So for this video, the most efficient way for me to do this is just go about them in the list order that I have them, and then put the list in the description in case you miss one or in case you want more elaboration on one. So I'm just going to go down the list in no particular order, and some of them may sound like they're similar, but instead of discussing one topic for multiple minutes, I'm just going to break it up so that way it makes it more fun for both of us. So for the first one, it's going to be gems are for refills. So a lot of new players like to use their gems for things like banners and summons. So the first tip is just use your gems for refills. Number two is going to be you need to grind more. If you think you're grinding enough, you're not. This whole game is based around grinding if you want to get anywhere in the game. For number three, it's going to be utilize the black market for discs, not the gear. So you don't want to utilize it for the gear because you grinding is going to get you better gear than the black market will give you. Number four is elemental advantage will help you. So if you're going against the nature Elder Drake, try and bring as many fire champions as you can. Because if you try and bring water champions, you're not going to be as effective as you would if you bring the elemental advantage. I've said it before and I'll say it again every single time. Don't 5-star your spearman. He's good for like the first week that you have him. That's the whole tip, is don't 5-star him. The next one is going to be max out your free tab. So what I mean by that is go into your free tab, watch all the ads for that day, and then you could go watch the miscellaneous ads from other places, like if you want to double your gold or anything like that. But most importantly, go to your free tab, watch all the ads, especially as beginners. Number seven is going to be look out for loot chests in adventure mode. So I don't know if you guys have already noticed, but there's little chests in adventure mode. You have to click or attack on them, and then you'll open them and they'll give you gold, sometimes even the little red potions. But what you're most importantly looking for is definitely that gold. So gold's going to help you throughout this game, especially early game. So look out for those chests. For number 8, it's going to be use tutors for Nat 5 champions. Not the champions that you 5-starred like Spearman because you didn't listen to me, but like Archangel, stuff like that. Make sure you're only using your tutors for actual Nat 5 champions. Next is going to be your rep should be a farmer. So if at all possible, make sure that your rep is a farmer. So if you got nothing but spearmen, I guess you can put him as your rep. But just put your best farmer as your champion because people are going to look for farmers when they look for reps. Same thing for you. You're going to want to use your reps that are farmers because they get you through the game a lot faster. Don't feed your 3-stars. When I say this, I mean wait for Fuzzle Puffs. If you desperately need 3-stars right now, which is never going to happen, then you could feed your 3-stars. But just wait for Fuzzle Puffs. They'll come. You just keep grinding Elder Drake and they will come. Trust me. You'll have an abundance of 3-stars. Next tip is going to be use your friends to progress. So if you have level 40 friends, go ahead and use the rep for difficult portions of adventure because you do have to complete adventure. Or if you're trying to beat Elder Drake and you just can't seem to know how to do it, just go ahead and use your friend's rep. Number 12 is join a guild. So there's a couple of reasons why you want to join a guild. You want to join a guild to participate in Guild Wars, which Guild Wars is a whole separate category of the shop that it'll be open up to you because of that. Then another reason is because you could send gifts and receive gifts. So these gifts are the guild points. You want to collect those guild points so that way you can get extra spaces in your inventory, or if you don't have Xena yet and it's light day, you can go ahead and spend those towards Xena shards and various things like that that'll help you throughout the game. Speaking of guilds, the next tip is going to be send gifts in your guild. If you don't send gifts, then you're just kind of there to receive gifts, and no one likes a freeloader. So it takes literally 2 seconds. You click on guilds, you click on send gift, and you're done. So go ahead, send your gift, help out your guilds, because they're all trying to grind just like you are. Next tip is that the whole game is clearable by the 3-star champions. If you don't believe me, I've already covered Rhoda. I've touched on Peppermint. I've gone into Xena. These are all 3-star champions. Then you got your 2-star champions like Mojo that'll help you out. So you don't need to focus solely on getting Nat 5 champions. Number 15 is going to be don't use gems on banners unless you whale. So this is going to be in 2 parts. So first, a whale is someone who spends a lot of money on this game. Next, don't use your gems on banners because they say that they have higher rates, but in reality we're still dealing with RNG. So based on other people's RNG and my own RNG, I'm going to tell you right now, don't waste your gems on banners. I've done it before, and lots of people have done it. They think it's great, but in all reality, you're not getting anything better. If anything, you're just wasting refills when you could get more shards or more discs just to have the same RNG for the same champion. Alright, next is follow the mission book. So the mission book is basically your achievement missions. If you go into your achievement tab, you'll see mission. Click on that. You can follow it all the way down. Some of them you can clear ahead of time, some of them you can't, or you'll have to do it right when that mission pops up. But clear that board, it'll give you a lot of useful things, and it's kind of giving you direction and where you should be at a certain time. Alright, this next one might sound like a self-plug, but it's really not. So for the next one, watch YouTube or Twitch or go into the Discord for advice. If you want some good people to follow or go watch on Twitch and YouTube, I'll put them in the description below. But definitely seek out their advice, ask them questions. They're nice people. They're more than happy to answer any of your questions. And it just helps you progress through the game and have an unbiased opinion. Number 19 is kind of going into number 18, which is get a second opinion before feeding 3-star plus champs. So the only reason I say that is because sometimes you'll think a champion's not that great and it turns out they just got a buff that you don't know about, and you end up feeding them, and now you have to go hunt for a new one because you need it for progression. So go ahead, get your second opinion, but understand in the long run, yes, it is your game. Yes, it is your computer, smartphone, tablet, whatever. But it helps to get a second opinion, just because if you don't, you may end up regretting it, possibly. So go ahead and get that second opinion. It takes like 2 seconds. Any of the streamers or YouTubers will have more than enough time and energy to answer any of your questions. I kind of touched on this one with number 6, which was max out your free tab. But go ahead and watch all your ads, because your ads are just going to give you bonus things like golds or energy or gems. So go ahead, just watch them. It takes 15 to 30 seconds of your life just to watch it, and it gives you bonus things. So don't be afraid to watch them, max them out. I believe there's no max on the rewards one for like when you do ED or adventure. So go ahead, max it out. If there is a max, let me know in the comments. If there's not, let me know too. Alright, this next one's actually a pro tip that I got from one of the streamers in the link description below. But farm ED7 for gear to farm Steel Widow. I never actually thought about this, but ED7 can get you some pretty good gear that you can go ahead and put on your champs so that way they survive Steel Widow. So that's definitely a good tip. I never actually thought about this, and I grind ED7 all the time. But grind ED7 for Steel Widow gear, because Steel Widow gear will get you farther along because it's the depth and things like that. I feel like I'm rambling now. So this next one, first I'm going to explain. If you don't know what free to play is, that means you spend zero money on the game whatsoever. You just use what's in game and don't be a whale. So DHC is super easy to free to play because they give you so many resources, they give you so many events that you can essentially just free to play the whole game and not have to worry about it at all. So the next tip is free to play is super easy in DHC. The next one's kind of self-explanatory. So DHC as a whole, guess what? It's a game. So with it being a game, have fun, don't stress. The whole point of games is to have fun. So don't be like, oh, my buddy's level 10 and he's already got 2 nat 5s. It's a game, don't stress. It's meant to have fun. Go have fun. Alright, next pro tip. Understand RNG. So in my previous video, I've covered what RNG is. Basically, it's a random number generator, and that just means that you're going to roll your odds. So with RNG, just understand you're not going to get everything you want when you want it. So understand RNG is our next pro tip. Alright, our next one is don't quit or don't give up just because you're not getting your way. Again, RNG is the thing. Don't stress it. The game's meant for you to have fun. So don't quit, don't give up. You'll get there eventually. You just need time and energy. That's all you really need. Like I said before, the whole game is free to play. So don't give up. Holy crap, we are halfway done. Alright. Just 25 more to go. Let's go. Alright. Number 26 is don't stress arena, especially early game. Yeah, it's nice to do every now and again, but it's not your main focus early game. So your main focus early game is going to obviously be your adventure and your Elder Drake. Don't focus on arena, please. Don't focus. Alright, next tip, don't forget about your challengers. So your challengers are going to offer you gems. So, and double battle points, I think that's what they're called. I don't really remember. But regardless, they offer you gems. Don't forget about them, because I know we all get caught up in other things and try to grind the event and everything. Just go ahead, fight them. They're super easy, and they give you free gems. Half of these tips sound like plugs, but they're really not. Alright, for the next tip is pay attention to the official DHC Discord. The reason I say that is because sometimes you'll have Gameloft Gabby throwing in leaks, or you'll have one of the devs throwing in different events or stuff like that. So just pay attention to that, so that way you keep on track with whatever's going on. Alright, so like with any good game, or with any good social anything, trolls are out there. Don't listen to the trolls. Don't feed into the trolls. Don't let the trolls suck you in. Trolls will be there. They'll always be there. Just ignore them. Let them live their lives. Do whatever it is trolls do. Alright, so speaking of trolls, we're going to go into the fact that you really shouldn't listen to global chat. So don't go to global for advice. That's the real tip, is just don't go there for advice. If you really need advice, like I said before, I've got links in the description for actual reputable sources for anything that you need in DHC. So don't listen to the trolls, because they're all trolls. Don't listen to them. Alright, number 31. Use the Epic Gaming tier list for help. So Epic Gaming every now and again puts out a tier list that they all come together, and they all basically, from I think their last one was double S all the way down to trash. So go ahead, join Epic Gaming Guilds. Again, description, I will put a link. And just go ahead, go there, look for their tier list, and it's actually pretty good. So go ahead and pull that up. Use it for a guide. Don't use it as like the Bible. Just use it as a guide. Light dark. We all hear about it, we all know about it, we all love it. But light dark is great and all, but not always good. So some of the light dark champions actually aren't as good as their regular elemental brethren. So yeah, you got light dark, but may not be the best. Again, sounds like a plug, but check the tier list. Go ahead and go in the description, check out all the links if you want to know if your LD is any good. Alright, this next one may seem pretty obvious, but for some people I have to say it. Take a break every now and again. It's just a game. Take a break. Go eat. Go freaking socialize. Go do whatever it is you do other than DHC. Take a break. Otherwise you're going to fry your mind. Alright, for all you beginners out there, don't worry about co-op. Co-op should be in the very back of your mind. Don't forget about it, because late game you're going to have to do it. But don't worry about it now. You're not going to beat it if you try it now. Trust me, I still don't beat it. I don't even worry about it because it's not the most important thing right now. The most important thing is you clearing and grinding Elder Drake and the adventure. Some of you are probably tired of me talking about adventure and Elder Drake, and I understand, but I'm saying it repeatedly because it's the most important thing for you to do, so please don't be mad. I see a lot of hate comments coming in right now. Alright, Dungeon Hunter Champion Community. So, with this next tip, it's going to be support each other. So, the community is great. I love the community. Obviously, there are some trolls just like any good community. But the next tip is support each other, build each other up, don't break each other down. Alright, next pro tip. Only a handful of champions actually need vamp gear. So if you don't know what vamp gear is, it's basically a lifesteal. So it'll take HP from whatever it's attacking and replenish its own. Only a handful of champions actually need it and can properly utilize it. So don't put it on everything like I've seen. Alright, in the beginning of the game, you really don't have a lot of gold. Let's be honest. If you look at your gold right now, you have less than 200,000. And if you don't, good job. You've been saving or grinding. But for most people, it's less than 200,000, which means if you're gonna do a mass gear removal, just wait for laundry day. So if you don't know what it is, laundry day, basically it's free to remove and add gear to your various champions. So you're gonna have to wait for laundry day if you're gonna want to spend a lot of money. If not, definitely wait for laundry day. Alright, so the next tip is gonna be limit your outside toxicity. Basically what I'm saying with that is, like say a few months ago, I believe it was, there was a whole event that went on and it was pretty toxic. So what I mean by limit your outside toxicity is don't feed into it. Just realize it's a game. For some people, I guess it's a way of life, but for most people, it's just a game. So treat it as such. Don't let it fill your body with toxic energy. Alright, number 39. Grind the events. So when I say this, I don't mean grind it past whatever rewards, because you're not going for rank. You're not high enough level to go for rank. You're not going to beat out the top tier people. So grind it until you collect all the rewards, and then if you want to grind it after, go for it. If you don't want to waste your energy, then just collect the awards. Alright, this one's probably the most important for any new player, is save your tutors. Don't go ahead and waste your tutors on spearmen or freaking, I don't know, whoever. Don't waste them on 3-4 star champions. If you're gonna waste them on a 5-star, and at least then you'll get your money's worth. But definitely don't waste them on 3 and 4 stars, because you could just get another one from a disc and there's your skill up. But I don't see you all getting like 15 of the same type of 5-star. But if you do, great. If you don't, use your tutors. Alright, number 41. Don't waste your time and resources on 5-starring everything. So, I know we all want to have 5-star everything, but focus on your first 6-star before you 5-star everything. Yes, you should have a core team of high-level champions, but also keep in the back of your mind, you're trying to focus resources and time on 6-starring things as well. So my first 6-star was Rhoda. I highly suggest 6-starring her if you have her. If you don't, then go ahead and grind for her. But she's not that hard to get, especially with the new friend code thing. I don't know if that's still going on. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but go ahead and get your Rhoda. 6-star her. Let her be your first 6-star unless you get a 5-star that's out of this world, but I definitely suggest 6-starring Rhoda before anything else. And the Rhoda talk doesn't stop here. It also goes into the fact that you can use Rhoda wherever you want. Just about anywhere. So you can use her for Elder Drake, you can use her for Steel Widow, you can use her for Adventure, you can use her in whatever you want to use her in. So that's mainly the reason why you should suggestion 6-star her. I'm not telling you what to do with your game, but suggestion is definitely 6-star her. Alright, in the interest of time, and granted these last 8 are very simple to understand, I'm just going to go ahead and speed around them, and so that way you're not sitting here for an additional 10 minutes while I go through these. So for the next one is, again, don't listen to the in-game guide, it's trash, don't do it. Then after that is don't feed 5-star champions, I feel like that's self-explanatory. Use common dish champs for food, again, self-explanatory. This one's actually a key one, is on your bracer, your gauntlet, and your shoulder. Only keep the ones that have percentages, don't keep flat stats. Percentages in the long run will help you more. Don't hang on to white gear or even green gear. You're going to end up selling it anyway, don't hang on to it, unless you absolutely need it. Start creating and refining your ED team now. So Road is definitely going to be in there, or even Peppermint, stuff like that. Pre-flighting Elder Drake is the name of the game. So for efficient grinding, you definitely want to pre-flight, get it under a minute. If you can't, that's fine too. And for the last tip, get your friends and family to play. It makes it fun for everyone. It grows the community, and you'll have an overall better experience. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and throw out that like again. If I missed something, then go ahead and throw it in the comments. If you really like my content, you just want to be a super cool person, go ahead and subscribe. Other than that, I wish you all the best. I hope everyone's new year is starting off well. If not, I apologize, and hopefully your RNG gets better.